Okay, here's a question for you. What if your business's financial details, or maybe your own sensitive personal information, I'm talking email, physical address, maybe even your social security number, what if it was already floating around out there on the dark web, just waiting for the wrong person to grab it? It's a pretty chilling thought, right? Today, we're doing a deep dive into proactive cybersecurity. And specifically, we're looking at a company called Sentinel Cyber Solutions. Our whole goal here is to really unpack how individuals and small businesses too can, shift gears, move away from just reacting to cyber threats and actually get ahead of them, make themselves a much harder target. For this, we've got sources like a detailed briefing on Sentinel's mission, what they offer, and what makes their approach kind of unique in this crowded digital security world.
And honestly, that mission, it couldn't be more critical right now. What's fascinating, I think, is that we're not just talking about these like abstract threats hitting giant corporations anymore. The reality is these cyber attacks are climbing fast. And they're hitting everyday users, smaller organizations more and more. The very groups who often think, oh, I'm too small to matter, or why would a hacker care about me? But that perception, that's actually one of their biggest vulnerabilities, as we'll get into. This isn't just timely, it's essential for pretty much anyone online today.
Okay, let's really unpack this then, because the problem Sentinel Cyber Solutions is trying to solve is, frankly, it's dark, and people often underestimate it. The stats are genuinely alarming. Get this. 43% of all cyber attacks now specifically target small businesses. Just think about that. Nearly half. Aimed right at organizations that usually don't have, adequate or even affordable protection.
Right. They often lack the resources, the expertise.
Exactly. And it's not just businesses. There's a very personal side to this, too. We're talking sensitive personal data emails, social security numbers, your IP address, even your home address. It's increasingly leaked, gathered up, and traded on the dark web. This isn't some distant corporate issue. It's a direct threat to your personal security, your privacy.
That's such a critical point. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, like you said, a lot of small businesses, individuals too, they often have this dangerous sense of being untouchable. They really underestimate their risk. They think, I'm too small or I don't have anything worth stealing. But for a cyber criminal, a small business with weak defenses can be a gold mine. Easier access, maybe, customer data, financial systems. Sometimes it's even a way to get to larger targets.
A stepping stone, yeah.
Exactly. And for individuals, even bits of data that seem harmless, they can be pieced together for identity theft, targeted scams. So this idea of being insignificant, unfortunately, that's a major vulnerability itself. It's the blind spot criminals love because they know these groups often have weaker defenses, easier targets than some big fortified company.
That makes perfect sense. So, given that pretty sobering picture, how does Sentinel Cyber Solutions fit in? How do they address this need?
Well, they're a relatively new cybersecurity company, founded specifically with this crucial mission, their core aim, to protect small businesses and individuals from cyber threats before they actually strike. It's a fundamental shift, really. Away from that reactive defense, most people are stuck with, finding out about a breach after it happens and then scrambling.
Cleaning up the mess, yeah. Right. Sentinel offers a proactive strategy instead. Their mission statement is pretty powerful and simple: defending your data, protecting your reputation. It really highlights their goal to democratize cybersecurity, which to me means making advanced security accessible, understandable, for everyone, no matter their size or tech skills. It's about giving you the tools to understand your risks and actually do something about them.
And that idea, democratizing cybersecurity, it's really important because historically, robust cybersecurity, it's often felt like a luxury, or at least something really complex and expensive, reserved for big companies with big IT teams and budgets,
Definitely.
which left this huge gap in the market for individuals, for most small businesses. So by focusing on prevention for these groups, the ones often overlooked, Central isn't just selling a product. They're basically opening a door, giving an accessible entry point into something that's usually felt intimidating and complicated and just too expensive for those who really need it. They're breaking down barriers, cost, complexity, just plain lack of awareness.
Yeah, and I found their starting point really compelling. Here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Sentinel doesn't push you into a commitment right away. They actually help you see your own vulnerabilities first, for free. They offer a couple of genuinely insightful free services designed to really open your eyes to your actual digital exposure.
It's just smart. Seeing is believing, right?
Totally. So first, if you have a website, you can get one free website vulnerability scan. And this isn't just a quick check. It's delivered within hours, gives you a clear report, Shows if your site has weaknesses attackers could use, old software and secure settings, things like that.
Potential open doors.
Exactly. And second, for individuals, there's a free personal email scan. Again, within hours, this scan tells you if your personal data passwords, maybe PII, personally identifiable information linked to your email, is already out there circulating on the dark web. I mean, think about someone like Sarah, a freelance designer. Uses the free scan, finds out her login from an old portfolio site from 10 years ago was compromised. It's being traded.
Wow. Something she probably forgot about.
Right. And that old account could be a gateway to her current stuff. So the point of these free scans is pretty straightforward. Help you see your real risk level, understand the actual value of having solid, proactive protection. It makes the threat concrete, not just abstract.
And that's a critical psychological step they're helping with. Often, the biggest hurdle isn't lack of concern, it's lack of specific, actionable info. People think, I'm fine, nothing's happened yet. So this raises a question, what's the actual impact of seeing your own exposure laid out? For many, it flips a switch, moves the threat from maybe to, okay, this has happened, or my info is out there.
Right? It makes it personal.
Exactly. These free tools are empowering because they give you that crucial first step. It's not about scaring people. It's about giving clear intel so you can decide, okay, I need to take control. That initial awareness, often the biggest barrier, and Sentinel helps bridge that.
Okay, so once you see the risk, understand it, what then? Sentinel offers comprehensive protection through their Cyber Shield protection plan. It's set up as a flat monthly subscription, which is nice and predictable. And they've smartly tailored two different plans, one for individuals, one for businesses, because the needs are different, right?
Definitely different needs.
So first, there's Cyber Shield Personal. This is for individuals, or maybe if you just need email protection. This plan does things like automated data removal. So if your info pops up on the dark web, Sentinel works to get it taken down. It also includes digital footprint monitoring tracking, where your identity exists online, like old accounts, forum posts, making sure nothing sensitive is exposed.
That's really useful. We leave traces everywhere.
We really do. The plan uses AI for continuous security checks and dark web monitoring across, get this, 140 billion records.
Billion. Wow.
Yeah, billion with a B. It's a massive scope, not just a few known sites. Plus, it runs over 9,000 security tests monthly on your digital stuff, gives instant alerts if something's wrong, and sends monthly reports. And you get email support.
Okay, pretty comprehensive for personal use.
Yeah. Then, for businesses, there's Cyber Shield Business. This is tailored for small and medium businesses, specifically fewer than 500 employees. This plan kicks it up a notch. You get 24/7 website testing using both AI and human red team experts.
Ah, the red team aspect. That's interesting.
Right, so these are ethical hackers simulating real attacks, finding weaknesses before actual criminals do. That mix of AI speed and human cunning is powerful. The business plan includes automated data removals for all employees and executives, not just one person, which really cuts down the attack surface for the whole company.
That makes sense for a business context.
Totally. You still get the AI automation, digital footprint monitoring, the huge dark web monitoring. But for businesses, they run over 22,000 security tests monthly. Reflects the extra complexity, And critically, you get US-based support, including a dedicated account executive, someone who's actually your guide.
Having a dedicated person makes a big difference for a business, I bet. And what's really fascinating here, like you said, is they aren't just scaled versions. They're genuinely designed differently, integrating that cutting-edge AI with the invaluable, nuanced insights you get from human red teams. That blend gives you coverage an automated system alone just couldn't match.
How so?
Well, AI is great for speed, scanning billions of things for known issues, patterns. But a human expert, they can think creatively, devise new attacks, exploit things AI hasn't seen yet, understand social engineering.
The human element.
Exactly. So Sentinel is testing not just for known threats, but actively hunting for what could happen. And tailoring the features like that dedicated account exec for businesses versus email for individuals makes it relevant, addresses the distinct needs effectively.
That's a huge difference, that tailored approach versus just scaling up. So, okay, let's pull back. What does this all mean when you look at the whole cybersecurity market? What really makes Sentinel stand out? Based on our sources, there are a few key things that are pretty different. First, and this is genuinely significant, they are proactive, not reactive. They aim to alert you before a breach happens. Think about it like this. Traditional antivirus catches a virus after it's already on your system, right?
Right, damage control.
Yeah. Sentinel, with its constant monitoring, might spot weird network activity or find your credentials for sale before a hacker even tries to log in. That early warning lets you act before the damage. Huge difference from services that only tell you after the fact.
That proactive piece is definitely key.
Second, it's powered by AI and expert testing. Not one or the other, but both. We just talked about that AI handles the massive scale, the constant checks. Human experts bring creativity, experience, hunt for novel threats. You get the best of both. Security that evolves.
Adapts to new threats. Yeah.
Third, the affordable monthly plan. Predictable pricing. Makes high-level security actually accessible for small businesses, for individuals, breaks down that cost barrier. It's about making good security standard, not a luxury.
Which goes back to that democratization idea.
Exactly. Fourth, they really focus on trust building. Their platform's SSL secured, they have a clear refund policy, straightforward terms, no confusing jargon. Transparency is vital in this industry, lets you know what you're actually getting.
Builds confidence, yeah.
And finally, they seem genuinely community-oriented. You see it in things like the free scans, the discounts for small businesses. It feels like it's not just about selling something, but about helping create a safer online space for everyone.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, these points together, they hit a lot of the common reasons why people haven't adopted strong cybersecurity before. Proactive eases anxiety. AI plus human gives confidence. Affordability and transparency build trust. By focusing on these, Sentinel isn't just offering a service, they're encouraging more people to adopt essential security practices, which helps everyone, really, raises the bar overall, gives people control and clarity.
Absolutely. So this deep dive, it's really shown us some vital things. The cyber threat is real. It's growing. It affects you personally and your business. Sentinel's mission is clear. Proactive defense for your data, your reputation. We saw the benefits of their free scans, seeing your actual risk, and the comprehensive cover from their CyberShield plans. And we highlighted what sets them apart. Proactive approach, that AI and human combo, affordability, trust. It's a compelling package. So if you're curious now, if you want to see your own digital exposure or just learn more about protecting yourself, you can visit their website. It's sentinelcybersolutions.net. You can claim your free website or personal email scan right there. Quick, easy, free way to get some real insight. You can also reach support at sentinelcybersolutions.net. And they're on social media too, like Facebook and X, formerly Twitter.
And maybe this leaves us all with an important question to think about. In this super connected world we live in, how much of your digital life, personal or business, are you unknowingly leaving exposed? And what could be the real long-term costs of just overlooking that?
That is definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.